What's up, guys? So we haven't done an episode in a while, and today we were having a training, and we dubbed this particular episode MAREG Experience the Newbies. What's up, guys? Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Introduce yourselves to the peoples.
Yes. Hi. Well, Alex Mesa. I've been in real estate for a couple of years now. Just recently decided to make the joint venture over here with Point Homes and MAREG Realty. So I've been doing real estate in regards to new construction for the most part. I've always focused on new homes. So I'm really excited to be part of the Point Homes family right now.
Nice.
Yeah, Paulo Lopesa, joined back in March and was looking for something where I could really bring out my talents that I could bring up to, family feel. And
Okay.
I got to learn a lot with everyone here and offer a great product to the people out in El Paso that deserve it.
Nice. So, you've been obviously in the industry for a long time. Paul, you're more of a newer agent, if you will, but with a ton of experience in the construction field, with just different ventures that you had going on and have going on. What do you think is the difference for you, Paul, that you're getting here versus maybe your previous brokerage?
Well, here, actually learning more about the processes of new construction wasn't really taught anywhere. So when getting involved here, I actually learned the steps, the process from beginning, from slab to framing, inspections and things like that. Really brought a whole new vision to what's really what I can actually explain to the client, which I wasn't able to do before.
Okay.
And the quality is just a whole different thing.
That's good. That's good to hear. And Alex?
Well, number one, you got to be a believer of the product. I think that has a lot to do with it, and how your success depends on your success. So, I mean, coming from that new construction side of it, Point Homes has always stood out to me. As far as quality, price, their concept and their design, as far as how they're always kind of adapting to what the current market is. So that's really exciting for me to just have all the resources there, be part of the MAREG Realty as well. And once you combine those two with all the training and all the product that's out there, then you're pretty much setting yourself up for success.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always good to talk about, good to know. Right now, we're going through something that maybe you haven't seen as a real estate agent. And maybe you've lived through once or twice as a real estate agent yourself, which is just probably what people call an economic downturn and just a harder time to get qualified. People are having a little bit of a harder time being able to purchase homes, getting qualified and things like that. From your point of view, Alex, now I'm going to go to you first. What should people be focusing on right now when it comes to the purchase of their home, when it comes to achieving the dream of home ownership?
Right. Well, a lot of it obviously is, what's getting pushed right now is the builder incentives, the rate buy downs, this and that. But what the real long-term goal is that they should be focusing on is that real estate is always going to give you that financial stability. To own a property automatically increases your net worth as an individual, but it also sets up you and your family for that time. You've got a house now. You're gonna have a lot of equity in the future, and we need to start focusing more on that long term for not just ourselves but for the family.
Yeah, definitely. And yourself, Paul, what are some of the objections or some of the hurdles that you're facing out there with what's going on with the market?
Well, as a matter of fact, yesterday I had a client. They were talking with me. They came in. We were just going over but they're still on the fence. And they're, the interest rate. The interest rate always fluctuates. This is the perfect time really to buy. Buyers should take advantage of what they need to do, because I've seen the other way where they're having to bid against other people for the same home. And now that bidding war is over.
Yeah.
Take advantage of what's going on. Let's get off the fence. And I've seen other agents that I've spoken with, and they're not relaying this information to their clients. And they need to start doing that, because if they stay on the fence too long, the opportunity is going to pass them by.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing that I saw is what happens when the interest rates fluctuate a little bit down to the 4 and 5%, is the market is going to get saturated again, right? Mm-hmm. People are going to be back into the bidding wars. Prices are going to go up, and people are going to say, I should have bought when the interest rates were 6-7%. It is tougher, but I believe that it has to do with just a lifestyle change to be able to accommodate to that additional payment for now, and then being able to refinance in whenever it makes sense again, right? Whenever it makes sense again.
Have that, what they say, that nest egg, have that money there. Because at least if you do it now, the price of the home, you already locked it in. You already got the house. Mm-hmm. Prices go up. Hey, you're going to be glad you did it now, instead of kicking your butt later, saying, "Shit, I should have did it last week."
Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of people thought even before COVID, right? I should have bought more during COVID, and now even if you want to, you can't. There's still a 4 million home shortage in America, right? And then we were just talking about that during the training, how they forecasted that prices were going to go down by about 10 to 15% this year. Okay, they've adjusted, and when I say they, I'm talking about the big players: Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Redfin, Zillow. They were, as a collective, thinking prices were going to go down 10 to 15%. Now they've adjusted their numbers, okay, and it's looking like by the end of the year, prices have gone up by about 6%. So what does that mean? It means that the economic crisis that's going on isn't necessarily tied to housing. A lot of people say, "Oh, here comes a market crash," and automatically, relate it to housing. Right. But one thing that people were doing in 2006, 7, and 8, where they were purchasing 3-4 houses. What was it? Stated income, stated asset. Where I would just tell you, "Hey, I make this amount of money. This is my credit," and the banks wouldn't check. They wouldn't ask you for 2 years worth of tax returns, things like that. And they were, okay, here's a house. And that's what caused that housing crash, Now the lenders are very strict with your lending guidelines. They check your taxes. They check your credit. They check your job, things like that. So this isn't necessarily about a housing crash more than just a different economic downturn. And when we say economic downturn, they refer to 2 or more quarters where the GDP goes down. So that's what they refer to. And automatically the bells start ringing. Recession. What do you think? You talked about it right now, Alex. How do you become recession proof? What would you do? What would you invest in to become recession proof? Not just right now, but in 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Correct. And we discussed that earlier, where it says as far as real estate always appreciates. And our lender friends are pretty good at this. Is where date the rate but marry the house. And so in regards to that, the more you can establish as far as property investments, your first house is always the toughest one. But once you learn the trick and the trade, and it's up to us as realtors to kind of, like I said, manage our clients and show them how to build generational wealth. So it starts with that first property, but if they can invest in themselves for one time and you can continue to show them how to duplicate that process, then you're going to have a relationship with that client for a very long time.
Exactly.
Going off of what you said with that, and I've seen a lot of people telling me, "Oh, well, no, you got to start investing in stocks and stuff like that." But see, that is not too, how can I say it? It's not the return on it. Yeah, it can be great if it hits, but if it doesn't, now you're going to have to invest more money.
Yeah.
You can't turn 300,000. You have to say, for instance, you use 300,000 as the mark. You go and you invest it in a stock and it doesn't hit. Now you got to invest another 300,000.
Yeah.
Where if you invested in a home, it's guaranteed more to go up a lot.
I saw, I think it was Instagram reel or whatnot, and it was some guy that I follow, right? But he says, you take $100,000 and you invest $20,000 into 5 different homes. Yes. And the home appreciates by 10%. Your money has already appreciated, by 50% because it's 10% for the first 20, 10% for the next 20, so on and so forth. There's no stock that can tell you that's the type of appreciation
you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're doing it with the home and just having to put, like we're saying, the 10% down, instead of just buying one home, you can actually invest into multiple homes at the same time and build that same 100,000, 300,000, whatever you're looking
The
to
equity.
invest in.
Yeah. Now, here's the $1 million question. What home would you invest in if all the homes were the same price, okay? Same size, same price. Which home would you invest in?
Well, that's an easy one, right? I'm a little bit biased in that regard, but obviously, point homes is where I would want to point all my clients towards at the moment.
No pun intended. I would like to point them to a point home. Yeah.
But it does come. The fact is that point homes, you get the size, you get the quality, and you also get the price. It's hard when you're comparing apples to apples. As I tell everybody that walks in, they always circle back to point homes. And so for me, that was a no-brainer that I could see that. We focus a lot on the concepts of fixtures, the amenities that we're providing, the landscaping. It's not just your generic, rocks and two trees that we're setting up, but we're also focusing a lot on the future of the home, the continuing to look at that particular property. So for me personally, it was an easy decision to not just to make the switch over here, but to learn from you guys and work together. But because Point Homes technically, out there, apples to apples, it's really hard. It's a really tough product to beat.
Okay. Paulie D, same question to you.
And I agree totally, because when I really, on the contractor side, I've seen things, I've seen the type of quality on different, and I'm not trying to bash any other home builder, because they're out there and they've paved the way for us.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I really believe in the product at Point Homes, because it actually is something that's going to withstand the time. The quality, I mean, for instance, the piping on when it comes to water lines, I haven't seen no other builder put up blockages so when you drill into the wall, you don't puncture the line. And I've heard horror stories, and I've seen them where we have to
the striker plates.
Yeah, we have to take off the walls. We have to repair those things, and it is a costly thing for the client or for the homeowner.
No, I mean, one thing that I see a lot, okay, and this is just from the sales, because I'm the one that sees all the contracts and all the sales, right? And a lot of the times I see returning clients. And we had the training earlier, and they mentioned one builder specifically, right? And they said, have you ever seen a second time blah, blah, blah homeowner? And it's like, I had never really asked myself that question, right? I've seen different, I own this home and I bought another one. I've seen it with other builders, but I've never asked myself the question on the other way, right? Which is, have you ever seen a second time XYZ builder purchase another home? And it's like,
From that
you know
same
what?
builder.
I have not. So some of them may be a one and done. And I keep hammering on this one, right? The fact that myself, my brother, and different other people on the team who we have joint ventures with have purchased different homes from different builders to invest, right? As an investor to rent out to people. And the Point Homes perform better.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They perform better. If on one of them I've had they're similar age in regards to the home, that they have the exact same water heater, and all of a sudden the one for this other builder, the water heater's out, the gas line's down, the that, and I'm like,
or it's leaking water inside the roof, from the roof, and
things like that. And I'm like, I guess there's something to it. There's something to the quality. Which one's one of your favorite floor plans by Point Homes?
One of my favorite is going to be the Castilla floor plan. Just walking in, you get the open concept already, and the nice island setup that you have there. So that's my particular one as far as the concept of it. We focus a lot on that part of the open concept and the fixtures that we put into these properties.
Exactly.
You've done a really great job yourself as far as when you took over that part of redesigning a lot of the layouts and the floor plans and how the house looks. So for me, that's one of the no-brainers. The other one is, as far as when we're increasing our portfolio, usually the tenants, the rentals, they're not going to take care of that property just as much as you are as the new homeowner. So I praise that about Point Homes, is that if you have any kind of complaint, they're right on top of that. And whereas other situations, I find myself having to deal with that, because usually it is at one and done. Once you close, they're gone. But the fact that Point Homes, when it comes to having to take care of their word and promising their their warranties, they're very on top of that. So I admire that a lot.
Exactly.
And I've seen that because I've talked with some of the warranty guys. We just had a walkthrough with a client that almost we're about to get to the closing door now, and the warranty guy was there talking with us, and he was there. Hey, not to worry, you need me. This is what he gave the full promise. Gave his business card and said, "Here, it's my number. You call me directly if you should ever have a problem."
That's another thing, and this is just from working with other builders, right? But here we have an entire a quality control department and a warranty department. So quality control is before you turn in keys to a client. The quality control department takes a look at the house in different phases of the home, all the way to right before your final walkthrough, right? The quality control. And then the warranty side of it is Richard with warranties is at the home, seeing what's going on. He's making the calls to the to the subs and things like that. And I've seen it with other builders where the foreman is also the walkthrough person, is also the quality control person. So, I mean, they're handling maybe more tasks than they should be. And I think that's where the quality starts declining a little bit. What do you think about that?
No, I agree 100%. You'll lose it if there's just one person focusing on 20 different complaints per month. It's really hard to really get that divided attention when it comes to that. So you don't want to fall into that situation. As far as the clients that we do kind of close and we see, if their issue does arise, I like the fact that we can still back that up. It's really disappointing when you get that, regardless of who that is. But you want to be able to say, because it's nothing's perfect. So situations that arise, you want to be able to also take care of them with that same divided attention as you did to get that house.
Not only that, you want to make sure that when you're calling your warranty person, it's someone locally that is knowing what's going on. So let's say I call you for a roof leak, but you're not in El Paso. You're not going to know how bad it's raining in El Paso to have the sense of urgency to send someone over. The same thing with you don't know how bad the heat is, and if I call you, hey, my AC is down, and you're over there in sunny Florida because it's a call center that's taking your warranty call, you don't know the sense of urgency. Hey, I need to get a sub out right now because it's 110 degrees out here.
Yeah, it's outside 110, and inside the house it's another 120.
I know. So I think that's a big key. Paul, which one's your favorite floor plan from Point Homes?
My favorite floor plan? Well,
if you could have one, if you're watching this and you're going to gift Paul a house, which one would it be?
I love the Leo.
Okay.
My wife wants the Cypress.
Okay.
So right now that's where we're going back and forth.
Happy wife, happy life, man.
Yeah, but except my knees ain't gonna handle the stairs for that.
Hey, you kind of, that's a good point.
But I do love the Leo because you have the distribution of the rooms. You have two sets on one side, laundry room with a nice window. Then you got the other one that is, I'm going to use it for the office. But the primary bedroom is beautiful.
Sectioned off towards the back. Yeah. That wood beam, the vaulted ceilings with the wood beams, that's something that you don't necessarily see a lot. Always, what's it called? Always imitated, never duplicated. It's true. Like
me that I like to host barbecues and stuff like that. I love the floor plan because it's so open. It's straight shot to the back, and then I'll get the add-on for the barbecue grill on the side.
Exactly.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, so we've touched a little bit on this interest rate situation, interest rate buy downs, floor plans, warranties, and whatnot. If somebody needs to reach you, Alex, what is the best number that they could, where can somebody get a hold of you so you can help them purchase either a Point home, any home, list a home, things like that?
Well, I'm Alex Mesa, so I made it kind of easy. 915-929-MESA, M-E-Z-A. So it's 915-929-6392 is where you can reach me.
Really? That's your Mesa?
Yeah, on purpose.
Oh, man. Look at this guy.
Made it easy on the marketing team.
Yeah, there you go. Paulie D, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Just call me, text me at 915-539-5564. I answer my phone all the way up until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night at times. But if I don't answer you, first thing in the morning, I'm up at 4 or 5. So you'll probably get a text around that time.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having a little bit of time to be on here. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out, man.
No,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And
There you
thank
go.
you for this opportunity as well. It means a lot to us.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do this.
Look forward to learning and growing.
I-
Let's do it.